अभी लीजिंग कुछ अलग नहीं है, कैपिटल बजटिंग जैसा ही है, ठीक है। नाउ लीजिंग इज वन ऑफ माय फेवरेट चैप्टर्स, ओके। व्हाई? बिकॉज इट इज वेरी मच स्कोरिंग, उसमें कुछ भी डिफिकल्ट नहीं है और काफ़ी स्कोरिंग है, ठीक है। सो इफ अ क्वेश्चन ऑन लीजिंग बेसिकली कम्स, it's a great thing, you should hope to get marks, okay। So let's see leasing में, so we'll go back to our notes। leasing में every question more or less is going to be about one simple idea, okay। as the chapter suggests, leasing मतलब रेंट पे लेना, ठीक है। सो एवरी क्वेश्चन इज बेस्ड ऑन अ बेसिक क्वेश्चन, शुड यू बाय or should you rent, okay। and this question is going to come in every person's life, in every business decision, because आजकल सारे assets are available for lease। even if you let's say take a car, okay, you can either buy a car, या फिर कुछ कंपनी जैसे महिंद्रा फाइनेंस करता है, gives you the car on lease, make a rental payment every month, आप गाड़ी रखो और 5 साल के बाद आप ओनर भी बन जाते हो। सो दे हैव सम स्कीम्स लाइक दैट, ओके। सो पॉइंट इज दैट एनी एसेट कैन ईदर बी बॉट और इट कैन बी टेकन ऑन लीज। नाउ इट ऑलवेज हैपेंस सी समवन हैज टू टेक द एसेट रिस्क। क्या हो रहा है कि एवरीवन स्लोली एंड स्टेडीली वांट्स टू गो टू अ एसेट लाइट मॉडल। व्हाई एसेट लाइट मॉडल? बिकॉज एसेट लाइट मॉडल में इन्वेस्टमेंट कम है। So अगर मेरा if we go back to basic fundamental of what is a great business, okay, तो what is a great business? A great business is one जिसमें investment नहीं लगता है but जो मुझे पैसा देता है, best investment। So if I can minimize my investment, maximize my return, it's the best possible investment, which if we have to look at this in terms of one ratio, that is ROE, return on equity। मैं कितना पैसा डाल रहा हूँ, मुझे उस पर कितना रिटर्न मिल रहा है। सो हायर द ROE the better it is। so every business wants to of course maximize this, maximize ROE, maximize their ability to generate high returns on limited amounts of investment, okay। so इसीलिए सबको जाना है एसेट लाइट पे, but it's the fact still remains that someone has to own the asset। without owning the asset you cannot have a leasing system। So you will always have an owner who is buying the asset and giving it out on lease। So someone has to take the asset risk, okay। अभी इसमें हमेशा ये होता है कि जो वैल्यू चेन में सबसे ऊपर है, he will try and maximize his return on capital, his return on equity। so सबसे ऊपर वैल्यू चेन में जनरली कौन होता है? okay, सारे ब्रांड्स। जो भी ब्रांड पे पैसा कमाता है ना, he is always on the top of the value chain। and all these people are able to outsource करना यानी क्या? मेरे को एसेट हैवी मॉडल से शिफ्ट होना एसेट लाइट मॉडल पे। सो आई ओनली यूज माई ब्रांड, ओके। मैं ब्रांड सिर्फ मेरा यूज करता हूँ, दूसरे को बोलता हूँ कि भाई तू सारा इन्वेस्टमेंट करेगा, ओके, एंड आई विल जस्ट पुट माई ब्रांड एंड वी विल सेल इट इन द मार्केट। टुडे इफ यू लुक एट एनी, एज आई सेड, वैल्यू चेन में जो सबसे ऊपर है, कोई भी बिजनेस देखो उसका यही मॉडल है। यू लुक एट एनी लार्ज ऑटोमोबाइल कंपनी, नो वन मैन्युफैक्चर्स द कार ऑन देयर ओन, ओके। क्या करते हैं? इट्स बेसिकली एन असेंबली मॉडल। पार्ट्स आर गिवन आउटसोर्स टू डिफरेंट पीपल, पार्ट्स आता है उसको असेंबल करते हैं, जो अपना मेन ब्रांड का ये है लोगो लगाते हैं और मार्केट में उसको बेचते हैं। कुछ लोग तो सेम मॉडल का गाड़ी दो अलग ब्रांड्स में भी बेचता है। देयर इज अ केस, यू हैव मारुति का इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग बलेनो है, ठीक है, एंड टोयोटा सेम गाड़ी बेचता है ग्लांजा या कुछ ब्रांड के नाम पे। इट्स द सेम मॉडल, सेम डिजाइन, देयर इज नो डिफरेंस। टू डिफरेंट ब्रांड्स, व्हाई? बिकॉज थोड़ा बहुत डिफरेंस होगा बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रॉपर इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी इश्यूज, बट इफ यू लुक एट इट, नो, इट्स ऑलमोस्ट आइडेंटिकल, उसमें कुछ भी डिफरेंस नहीं, ठीक है। सो that is generally what happens। you look at HUL, Hindustan Unilever। Hindustan Unilever का return on equity is very high, okay। it touches almost 70, 80, 90, 100% also। why? because उसको capital ही नहीं लगता है। HUL का क्या है? consumer products है, consumer products का brand है, they have the brand। so let's say Dove shampoo or small everyday use, there are multiple products that HUL basically sells. It's their brand, वो किसी को भी देते हैं मैन्युफैक्चर करने को. Now when they are giving it to someone else to manufacture, what happens is that they want someone to produce quality at lowest cost. So what has happened is that globally business का जो opportunity है वो दो तरीके का हो गया है. One is you take the investment risk, you put the infrastructure and everything, okay, but when you are doing that, what you need to do is you need to be able to produce at the lowest cost. चाइना ने क्या किया है, ये मार्केट को कैप्चर किया है. चाइना ने बेसिकली दुनिया को क्या बोला कि आप कोई भी ब्रांड लेके आओ, उसको सबसे सस्ता मैं प्रोड्यूस करके दूंगा. नाउ everyone who was in that value chain, whoever wanted to increase their return on equity, okay, go into a stage where मुझे बिजनेस बढ़ाने के लिए कैपिटल नहीं लगता है बट प्रॉफिट्स मेरे बढ़ते हैं. everyone went into that, they said, oh great, ये तो आइडिया बहुत सही है, बहुत अच्छा है, ऐसा बिजनेस होना चाहिए. ठीक है. So now outsource to whom? Whoever produces cheapest. China captured that market, and when the difference is large, everyone moved to China. Be it Apple, be it Tesla, okay, be it any large manufacturing entity. That is exactly what happened. अभी वो शिफ्ट हो गया post COVID. Why? Post COVID, post Russia Ukraine war, because politicians उठ गए to the risk of supply chain. कि सारा हमने प्रोडक्शन तो चाइना को दे दिया. Okay, now it's a problem of if there is a war like how Russia Ukraine happened. अगर let's say चाइना ताइवान का वॉर होता है, या if there is any issue around China, any supply chain problem around China, like what happened during COVID, कि borders ही बंद हो गए तो दुनिया को सप्लाई नहीं मिल रहा था. In 2021, huge supply shortage of semiconductors, chips basically. Every electronic product requires जो कंप्यूटर होता है बेसिकली. so computer does not mean just the laptop or ये, the chip that runs the program. Okay, any electronic device requires that program. Even our car requires that program because of the infotainment system. जो मैप वाला से ये होता है पूरा स्क्रीन वगैरह, उसको चलाने के लिए अगेन चिप लगता है. और आजकल सारे गाड़ियों में वो होता है. सो इफ देयर इज अ शॉर्टेज ऑफ चिप्स which is coming entirely out of let's say China and Taiwan, big problem. दुनिया में चिप्स ही नहीं तो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक प्रोडक्ट्स ही मैन्युफैक्चर नहीं हो रहे. this happened in 2021. so now that's why they have started okay saying चलो अभी चाइना से बाहर जाओ, फिर कहाँ पे जाओ, दो तीन चीजें देखो, यहाँ देखो, ये देखो, वापस हम यूएस में भी बनाएंगे, so on and so forth. Okay, but that is how things have moved. Even in Indian context, what has happened is that this will always stay brand and someone has to do the heavy lifting. ठीक है. So even the startups, जो भी startup ecosystem में जो valuation का पूरा game है, that is being played around this only. What they are saying, what startups are basically doing, they are saying मेरा brand है boss, I am not doing the heavy lifting, I am creating the brand, and using that, if the brand grows, going ahead without deploying capital, we can make money. I'm not talking about all startups, I'm saying some of them. Okay, so ये सब भी, I mean in terms of a valuation, in terms of creating great businesses, okay, this is currently what is happening. So leasing to that extent, for every decision, no, you will have to make this decision whether to buy or to take it on rent, basically outsource. Okay, now generally for any asset, typical what are the relevant cash flows that you will have. See, if you take it on lease, then it is very simple. Why? Because सिर्फ lease का payment है, and that lease payment, lease rent basically, or rent payment is tax deductible. So you can just take the lease rent, okay, tax जो सेविंग उस पे आएगा वो कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो, एंड नेट ऑफ टैक्स यू कैन कैलकुलेट द लीज रेंट. सो जनरली जो रेंटिंग वाला पार्ट होता है, कैलकुलेशन फॉर दैट इज रिलेटिवली इजियर. द मेन क्वेश्चन कम्स व्हेन यू आर बाइंग, बिकॉज बाइंग इज स्लाइटली मोर कॉम्प्लिकेटेड इन टर्म्स ऑफ कैश फ्लोज. व्हाई? बिकॉज लेट्स से इफ यू आर बाइंग, ओके, नाउ जनरली, नाउ इसमें भी देखो कैसा होता है. एनीवन हु इज बाइंग कैपिटल इंटेंसिव ना, अभी जब भी चीज, कोई भी चीज कैपिटल इंटेंसिव है, आपका जो ROE है वो कम हो जाएगा, क्योंकि इन्वेस्टमेंट अमाउंट ही बहुत बड़ा है. सो यू आर गोइंग टू अर्न अ स्मॉल लो ROE, ओके, मे बी इन लो डबल डिजिट्स वगैरह. ठीक है. नाउ द ओनली वे दैट यू कैन इंक्रीज योर रिटर्न इज if you are able to use debt, okay, in a profitable manner. जिसका क्या मतलब है? जिसका ये मतलब है कि मेरे एसेट पे, okay, जो भी मैं एसेट खरीद रहा हूँ या क्रिएट कर रहा हूँ, okay, if my ROCE, return on capital employed, is more than my cost of debt, my ROE will shoot up, will go up. So let's take a simple case, okay, let's take a real estate investment. Okay, all we can take any capital intensive work. रियल एस्टेट ले लो, बिल्डिंग बनाना है. ठीक है. अभी बिल्डिंग बनाना है, ह्यूज इन्वेस्टमेंट. सो आई मेक द बिल्डिंग, आई ट्राई एंड सेल इट. द रिटर्न दैट आई विल गेट विल बी लो, इट विल नॉट बी वेरी हाई. ओके. नाउ इफ आई वांट टू इंक्रीज दिस रिटर्न, इफ आई वांट टू इंक्रीज माय ROE, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? मैं डेट ले सकता हूँ. व्हाई? बिकॉज इफ आई एम गेटिंग डेट एट लेट्स से 8% और 9%, इंटरेस्ट पे तो मुझे टैक्स डिडक्शन मिल रहा है. So I will get tax saving also. Okay, so I use the tax saving on the interest. So my cost of debt basically will come to around 5.5-6%. ठीक है. If अगर जब तक मेरा ROC is greater than this 5.5-6%, I will be fine. मेरा ROE जो है वो बढ़ जाएगा. That's the positive effect that debt has on ROE if ROC is greater than the cost of debt. Okay, so that's why now just think about it. Okay, मैंने ये क्यों explain किया? Practically देखो, you can now distinguish between two companies. You will have one company that will never require debt, which is basically a company that is playing on brand, and you will have one more company which is an asset heavy company, which to maximize its return will use debt. So broadly, universe of businesses या universe of companies में you will be able to bifurcate between these two entities. Okay. Now, if we look at the asset heavy जो companies हैं, using debt can be risky. It can lead to great reward also. आपका ROE shoot होता है, no doubt. But you are borrowing. So basically, you are creating a leveraged business. So all capital intensive businesses आप देखो are generally leverage businesses. You look at power generation, okay, you look at power distribution, you look at telecom, okay, you look at let's say real estate, तो मैंने बोला, infrastructure देख लो, any infrastructure, not just roads. So roads, airports, ports, highways, any infrastructure is going to be capital intensive. Even heavy capital intensive manufacturing. So manufacturing भी low intensive हो सकता है, heavy intensive हो सकता है. So something like a steel is heavy capital intensive. You require a lot of money. Okay. You take something like और क्या है, metals. Generally metals are heavy investment is required because वो पूरा technology setup करने के लिए it takes a huge cost. Okay. So that is how the practically things are. Now whenever you are buying, okay, generally these companies that buy a particular asset, उनके साथ क्या होता है? As I told you, they take it on debt. So whenever you are buying an asset, your cash flows will be split between equity and debt. जो debt component है उसके लिए repayment होगा, so interest का outflow होगा. So I am now coming to the relevant cash flows. Relevant cash flows क्या होगा? एक interest होगा, दूसरा principal repayment होगा. Now that principal repayment could be in the form of fixed annual payments or it could be in the form of a equated annual installment. मतलब EMI जैसा equated monthly installment होता है, उसके जगह पे equated annual installment. So that would be the repayment. ये हो गया दो relevant cash flows. Okay. Now when you're buying the asset, और आपको क्या मिल रहा है? Most importantly, what you're getting is depreciation. Whenever the asset is on your balance sheet, you will get depreciation on the asset. And depreciation non-cash but tax saving. So though depreciation is non-cash, it is tax saving. So by doing that, you get tax saving on depreciation. ये और एक रेलेवेंट कैश फ्लो हो गया, ठीक है. एंड यू मे हैव मेंटेनेंस ऑन रनिंग द एसेट, दैट मेंटेनेंस विल हैव टू कंसिडर नेट ऑफ टैक्स. और जो इंटरेस्ट भी है दैट ऑल्सो विल हैव टू कंसिडर नेट ऑफ टैक्स. So these are generally the relevant cash flows if you purchase a asset. क्या क्या? Debt, principal repayment, interest payment, tax saving on depreciation, tax saving on interest. And if you have maintenance or operation cost of operation basically, that also we have to consider net of tax. ठीक है? So these are relevant cash flows when you are buying. So just relevant cash flow लेना है. जो बाइंग ऑल्टरनेटिव है उसमें नाउ हियर जनरली यू विल नॉट हैव इनफ्लोज, यू जस्ट हैव एक्सपेंडिचर. सो लीजिंग इज बेसिकली जो हमने कैपिटल बजटिंग में पढ़ा था, म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर डिसीजन. इन बोथ प्लेसेस यू आर ओनली गोइंग टू हैव अ एक्सपेंडिचर. you need to calculate present value and figure out which is the cheaper alternative. Okay, so also because of this reason, the nature of this, some companies, especially in capital intensive industries like let's say real estate, never pay taxes. Some companies, capital intensive, which are let's say in businesses like real estate, never pay taxes. Why? क्योंकि डेप्रिसिएशन ही इतना बड़ा आता है, इंटरेस्ट पे भी टैक्स सेविंग आता है. सो लेट्स टेक अ सिंपल केस. लेट्स से मैंने रेसिडेंशियल रियल एस्टेट छोड़ दो, लेट्स टेक कमर्शियल रियल एस्टेट. Okay, let's say I buy a commercial real estate property. Normally if I buy it for 100 rupees, rental जो yield होता है, मतलब rent जो मुझे मिलेगा, that is generally 7%. Okay, residential real estate पे 3% होता है और commercial real estate पे 7%. It varies of course, sometimes warehousing वगैरह केसेस में 11-12% भी होता है, but generally market value पे it is 7%. So on 100 I am getting 7 rupees. So वो मेरा revenue form होगा. लेट्स से मेरा यही बिजनेस है कि मैं कमर्शियल प्रॉपर्टीज खरीदता हूँ और उसको रेंट पे देता हूँ. दिस इज माई बिजनेस. नाउ आई विल नेवर पे टैक्सेस. लेट्स सी हाउ. 100 रुपया मैंने इन्वेस्टमेंट किया, ठीक है, तो एसेट साइड में आ जाएगा. 7 रुपया मेरा रेवेन्यू हो गया. व्हाट विल फॉर्म माई एक्सपेंसेस? मेंटेनेंस छोड़ दो फॉर द टाइम बिंग. 1 विल बी डेप्रिसिएशन. 100 का जो एसेट है उस पर मुझे डेप्रिसिएशन मिलेगा. सो 100 पे डेप्रिसिएशन, लेट्स से इवन इफ इट इज 5%, that is 5 rupees. And if I am purchasing the asset with debt, okay, let's say 80 debt 20 equity है, तो 80 पे मुझे इंटरेस्ट आएगा. 80 पे let's say interest rate is 10% for simplicity. That itself value is 8. So मेरा P&L कैसे दिखेगा? 7 रुपये का रेंट, डेप्रिसिएशन ऑफ 5, इंटरेस्ट ऑफ 10. मेरा PBT कितना आया? -8. Now as the asset basically depreciates, interest reduces, in future years I may show accounting profit or a taxable profit also, but जो losses है will be carried forward. So lot of times if you look at these large projects, what happens is that they end up paying very low or limited amount of taxes. Even if you look at projects such as let's say highways, okay, building roads, जो road construction का पूरा काम चल रहा है, lot of times यही होता है, for multiple years losses carried forward. Yes, of course, अभी वो पूरा टैक्स के प्रोविजंस के वजह से 7 years you can carry it forward. उसके लिए at some point of time of course you will end up paying taxes, and also you would have studied, you have MAT पे करना पड़ेगा. So all these, because of all these reasons कुछ ना कुछ टैक्स पे होता है, but generally most of these entities run their business without paying taxes. But see, what we have to understand is that is the nature of their business, okay, and they are taking the risk also. ये लोग हैं जो एसेट को खरीद रहे हैं, वो रिस्क ले रहे हैं, okay, so on and so forth. So that's why that even if they are paying let's say limited amount of taxes, it is still fine. Okay, that's the argument. Okay, चलो let's start. So we'll do question number 1. Now there is no new concept. जो हमने कैपिटल बजटिंग में सीखा है वही है, ठीक है. सो क्वेश्चन पढ़ते हैं. बोलो. Of course, of course. Yeah. So yes, practically when you're doing that, you will have to do that as well. Okay. But उसमें और एक ये आएगा, which is then you will also have to consider that if you are taking something on rent, you are saving on a lot of money because तू खरीद के okay, huge तेरा cash flow बढ़ रहा है. If you let's say take it on rent, तेरा cash flow कम है, so वो saving तू invest कर सकता है कहीं और, so उस पे opportunity cost है जो मिले. इतना डिटेल में हम नहीं जाते हैं, ठीक है, बट ठीक है, यू आर राइट. आई मीन प्रैक्टिकली व्हेन यू आर टेकिंग एनी डिसीजन, सी बिकॉज एवरी डिसीजन will have different considerations, so we'll have to take it based on that itself. Now sometimes so point is that yes, you will sell the asset, okay, but over that period, let's say 10-year period, 20-year period, how much return you are getting? See, because it will return basically comprises of two aspects. One is rent, the other is capital appreciation. So you'll have to consider both. And then if you are looking at this as an investment, okay, you need to compare another investment, no? You cannot say कि ये investment versus a cost. So depending on what decision you want to make, we will have to decide our relevant cash flows. If you are, let's say, thinking about let's say using that particular property, okay, let's say I am a business, अभी जैसे मोतीलाल ओसवाल ने बिल्डिंग बना दिया, ठीक है. Now that is not, they have not made the building to sell. They are not looking at it like an investment. Investment के तरह अगर वो लोग सोचेंगे, if you sell it, तो employees किधर जाएगा ना? Okay, so now that is not a investment decision. It's a decision of whether I want space for my office, whether I should take it on rent or I should construct a building. Okay, chalo, question number 1. So purchase computer or take computer on rent. So purchase अगर करना है, computer you will get for 22 lakhs. To lease the computer for 3 years from a leasing company for 5 lakhs as annual rent, plus 10% of gross time share service revenue. The agreement also requires additional payment of 6 lakhs at the end of third year. Lease rents are payable at the year end and the computer reverts to the lessor after the contract period. The company estimates that the computer under review will be worth 10 lakhs at the end of third year. Forecast revenues are given as follows. So these are the revenue forecast for 3 years. Annual operating costs excluding depreciation are estimated at 9 lakhs with an additional rupees 1 lakh for startup and training cost at the beginning of the first year. These costs are to be borne by the lessee. Your company will borrow at 16% interest to finance the acquisition of the computer. Repayments are to be made according to the following schedule. So repayment के लिए schedule दिया है. Principal year 1 500, second year 850 and 850. Total देखो कितना होता है. 22 lakhs. It is in thousand, so 22 lakhs. So here they are saying what कि जो purchase वाला option है पूरा debt से होगा. You will purchase the entire computer using debt. Company uses SLM to depreciate its assets and pays 50% tax on its income. The management approaches you to advise which alternative would you recommend and why. ठीक है. चलो let's start. So पहले we'll consider let's say buying option. Okay. अगर आप buy करोगे तो फिर कैश फ्लोज कैसा दिखेगा. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट्स डिस्कस द रेलेवेंट कैश फ्लोज. यू आर परचेसिंग द एसेट फॉर 22 lakhs. आर यू पेइंग एनी इक्विटी? आंसर इज नो, पूरा आप डेट ले रहे हो, ठीक है. सो रीपेमेंट होगा प्रिंसिपल और इंटरेस्ट का, दैट इज गिवन टू अस. इसके अलावा व्हाट विल यू हैव? इसके अलावा यू विल हैव डेप्रिसिएशन, टैक्स सेविंग ऑन डेप्रिसिएशन. बेसिकली डेप्रिसिएशन तो नॉन कैश है बट उस पर टैक्स सेविंग मिलेगा, ठीक है. सो डेप्रिसिएशन कैसे कैलकुलेट होगा? एसेट का वैल्यू 22 lakhs है, दे हैव गिवन salvage. Company estimates that computer under review will be worth 10 lakhs at the end of third year. Okay, so 10 lakhs you will get by selling. So your depreciable amount will be 12 lakhs. 22 lakhs minus 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs divided by useful life. Useful life is 3 years. You're considering the project over 3 years. So divided by 3 gives you 4 lakhs. So depreciation 4 लाख का है, इस पे टैक्स सेविंग आएगा. So we have to multiply by the tax rate. ठीक है, depreciation 4 लाख है but tax rate is 50%. So tax saving will be 2 lakhs per annum. Okay, so we will have tax saving on depreciation. You will also have tax saving on interest. Okay, interest is also tax deductible. So we will have tax saving on interest as well. ये देखो, एनुअल ऑपरेटिंग कॉस्ट एक्सक्लूडिंग डेप्रिसिएशन स्लैश क्या बोला है, लीज रेंट ऑफ द कंप्यूटर. सो व्हेन दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस, दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हाट? दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द लीज रेंट. मतलब इफ यू टेक इट ऑन लीज तो रेंट कितना पे करना पड़ेगा? 9 lakhs with an additional 1 lakh for startup and training cost at the beginning of the first year. So when they say this, they are talking about the lease option. कि लीज अगर आप करते हो तो 9 lakhs per annum and you will have to incur 1 lakh for the startup and training cost at the beginning of the first year. So this entire part relates to the lease option with an additional दिया है ना. So यहाँ पे lease rent with an additional ये for this. So here they are not talking of if you purchase. Here they are talking if you take it on lease then you will have to incur this cost. So this entire part relates to the lease option. Okay. ठीक है, चलो. हाँ, 1 second ना, 1 second. So ये देखो, लीज टू लीज द कंप्यूटर फॉर 3 years फ्रॉम, ओके, सो 5 lakhs इज द लीज रेंट. 5 lakhs लीज रेंट है प्लस 10% ऑफ ग्रॉस टाइम शेयर्ड सर्विस रेवेन्यू. Additional payment of 6 lakhs at the end of the third year. Okay, okay, sorry, my bad. Yeah. So yes, लीज वाला इधर दिया है, ठीक है, मुझे लगा ये लीज के लिए दिया है. So this is given for the lease. Okay, if we look at this now, okay, fair enough, correct. So annual operating cost excluding depreciation, lease rent of the computer are 9 lakhs with an additional rupees 1 lakh for startup training cost at the beginning of the first year. These costs are to be borne by the lessee. Now look at this. Okay, ये जो cost है दोनों 9 lakhs is for what? Annual operating cost. Now 9 lakhs if you purchase the asset तो भी आपको incur करना पड़ेगा. Even if you take it on lease, you will have to incur the 9 lakhs. So 9 lakhs is going to be incurred irrespective of whether you buy or you take it on lease. So ये non-relevant हो गया because this is like a committed cost. You are going to incur this cost in both the places. So we might as well ignore this because it is being incurred in both the places. Same goes for the 1 lakh also. So 1 lakh for startup training cost at the beginning of the first year is going to happen for both. If you purchase or if you take it on lease, you will have to do the startup and training cost. So this is also a non-relevant cost. So you can do both. Ideally, you should take it as non-relevant and इसको ignore करना चाहिए. But even if you consider, let's say, these costs in both the places, it is still fine. ठीक है? But you might lose out some marks for presentation. not because your answer is wrong, but for presentation purposes. So ideally at final what they expect is that you should be able to identify that ये जो part है, this is a non-relevant part because you are going to incur this in both the alternatives. Yeah, okay, sorry. ठीक है, चलो, let's solve. चलो राइट डाउन क्वेश्चन नंबर, लीजिंग पहले तो नया चैप्टर है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 लिखो. राइट डाउन ऑल्टरनेटिव 1, परचेस द कंप्यूटर. ओके, अभी क्या करना है, वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द प्रेजेंट वैल्यू. ठीक है, सो एक टेबल बनाना पड़ेगा. ईयर यू विल हैव कैश फ्लो, उसको डिस्काउंट करना पड़ेगा. एट हैव द गिवन कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल, so company will borrow, they have not given separately, ठीक है, any cost of capital. They have said company will borrow at 16% interest to finance the acquisition of the computer. So what will be your discount factor? Will it be 16%? किधर? Oh, okay. हाँ, 8 और 16 दोनों दिया है ना. Yeah, so but what will we consider to discount? 8 or 16? We should consider 8. We should consider 8%. Why? Because KD, okay, KD if you see, cost of debt. See, discount factor क्या है आपका? Cost of capital, no? अभी यहाँ पे capital के केस में it's only debt. So your cost of capital is same as cost of debt is same as cost of capital. So cost of debt कैसे हम calculate करते हैं? R1 minus tax. R is 16%, tax rate is 50%. So your KD will be equal to 8%. So we need to discount by 8%. So discount factor at 8%. ओके, चलो ये यहाँ पे इतना छोड़ दो. ठीक है, वील हैव टू प्रिपेयर वर्किंग नोट 1. कैलकुलेशन ऑफ relevant cash flows. Okay, calculation of relevant cash flows. We'll prepare a table here. अभी relevant cash flows क्या क्या आएगा? First you'll have principal repayment, interest, tax saving on depreciation and tax saving on interest. Okay, so उतने columns बनाओ. Principal repayment, next you have interest, लिख सकते हो, कर सकते हो, चलेगा, it's fine, you can do it. So you can do interest 1 minus tax and tax saving on depreciation. This will give you total. Anything else? I don't think कुछ और है. करेक्ट, यू विल ऑल्सो, इफ यू परचेस यू विल ऑल्सो गेट सैल्वेज, बट ठीक है, यू डोंट नीड टू राइट दैट डायरेक्टली। जो थर्ड ईयर है अपना मेन जो टेबल है उसमें थर्ड ईयर में वी कैन कंसिडर 10 lakhs का कैश फ्लो. Okay, so this will give you total. So you have here 1, 2 and 3. प्रिंसिपल रीपेमेंट दिया है 5 लाख, 8 लाख, 8.5 lakhs, 8.5 lakhs. हाँ ठीक है, कैसे भी चलेगा. इंटरेस्ट नेट ऑफ टैक्स, टैक्स रेट 50% है, सो आधा कर दो. 1,76,000, फिर 136 and 68,000. ओके, नेक्स्ट टैक्स सेविंग ऑन डेप्रिसिएशन. डेप्रिसिएशन अमाउंट कितना है? 12 लाख डिवाइडेड बाय 3 is 4 lakhs depreciation into 50% is 2 lakhs. नाउ जस्ट मेक अ नोट, ये सारे आउटफ्लोज है, आउटफ्लोज को जनरली हम ब्रैकेट्स में लिखते हैं, but tax saving on depreciation is a inflow, so you'll get the total 4,76,000. ये कितना है? 8 986. कैसे? नेक्स्ट 718. ठीक है, ये हो गया आउटफ्लो. ओके, लेट्स राइट दिस डाउन. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस देर इज वन मोर थिंग विच इज थर्ड ईयर में सैलवेज आपको मिला है. ओके, सो 4,76,000, 7,86,000 एंड यहाँ पे पॉजिटिव हो जाएगा. हाउ मच? 2,82,000. यस यस, अगर हाँ, अगर जो इन्वेस्टमेंट कुछ ईयर जीरो में होता देन दैट आल्सो वुड हैव वी वुड हैव टेकन. नाउ जस्ट वन मोर पॉइंट. नाउ इफ यू थिंक अबाउट इट, नो, ये जो 10 लाख है, इफ यू सेल इट you should also calculate capital gains, isn't it? कि depreciation आपने पूरा कर दिया है. नहीं नहीं, एक्चुअली नो, आएगा ही नहीं. you will have no profit or loss. why? Because 22 lakhs you had estimated 10 lakhs का salvage होगा and actual salvage is 10. sorry, but if it would have been slightly different we would have also calculated capital gains. अगर 12 lakhs या 8 lakhs होता तो capital gains भी calculate करते. सो एनपीवी कैलकुलेट करो. 8 lakh. Eight lakh 9748. Okay, this is your present value of cash outflow. ये हो गया if you purchase the asset. ठीक है. What if you take it on lease? If you take it on lease, तो फिर relevant cash flows क्या क्या है? Let's see. First is you'll have to pay lease rent of 5 lakh per annum. So 5 lakh for 3 years. फिर plus they are saying 10% of gross time share service revenue. Okay, and agreement also requires additional payment of 6 lakhs at the end of the third year. So these are all the payments. Okay, these are all the payments that we need to make if we take it on lease. Now all of these payments, okay, all of these payments are before tax. We will also have to reduce the tax. Okay, tax निकालना पड़ेगा इसमें से, and we'll have to calculate the after tax outflow. ठीक है, चलो. So write down alternative 2. Take computer on lease. Again you'll have your cash flow. Discount factor क्या लेना है? Why 16? %8 only, no? Discount factor क्या है? Cost of capital. Again, if you're taking a decision, okay, one place you're taking 8%, the other place also you have to take 8% unless it is given to you that you have to take something else. Okay, so 8% ही लेना है. वो 8 and 16 confuse करने दिया है. ठीक है, you have to take both places 8% only. One, two, and 3. Working note 2. Calculation of cash outflow after tax. Okay, here अभी क्या क्या है? You have lease rent, you have 10% of gross time share service, and you have an additional payment in year 3. Actually, you can make it like this also. Particulars and year 1, 2, 3. Either way is fine. Vertical मतलब horizontal बनाना है, vertical बनाना है, anyway is fine. Lease rent is 5 lakhs. फिर और क्या? 10% ऑफ ग्रॉस टाइम शेयर सर्विस रेवेन्यू. सो जो रेवेन्यू है उसका 10% इज टू बी पेड एज रेंट. ये होता है कभी कभी रिटेल स्टोर्स में ना. द रेंट अग्रीमेंट इज लाइक दिस. फिक्स्ड रेंट होता है और जो भी रेवेन्यू होता है उसका एक सर्टन परसेंटेज होता है. सो दिस इज लाइक दिस. सो जो भी रेवेन्यू है उसका 10% लेना है. फर्स्ट ईयर 22.5 lakhs का 10% विल बी 2,25,000. ग्रॉस टाइम शेयर सर्विस रेवेन्यू 2.25 lakhs ना. सेकेंड ईयर का 2,50,000 और थर्ड ईयर. और एक एडिशनल पेमेंट है. थर्ड ईयर में एडिशनल पेमेंट 6 lakhs. So total outflow before tax less tax will give you cash outflow after tax. Hmm. 3,12,500. 370. और ये 6,35,000 नहीं. ये 375 ना. थर्ड ईयर 87. ठीक है. ओके चलो इसको ऊपर लिख दो. देयर आर नो अदर कैश फ्लोज. सो प्रेजेंट वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करो. क्या नहीं रेंट पे लिया है ना. You have taken on rent and they have said that computer reverts to the lessor after the contract period. So you don't have control over the asset. See, you don't need to do that. Generally, we don't do that. See, generally, when we do mutually exclusive decisions now, okay, what do we say? We say that ये जो alternative है, इसमें मेरा क्या cash flow होगा? दूसरा alternative है, इसमें मेरा क्या cash flow होगा? Okay, so we just write it down, okay, and then we calculate the A. When you are doing something like a replacement decision, where you are not saying perfect information under one alternative versus perfect information under another alternative, but you are saying कि okay, मुझे एक ही डिसीजन देना है ऑफ रिप्लेसमेंट कि एग्जिस्टिंग एसेट वगैरह है उसको रिप्लेस करना है विद अ न्यू एसेट. इन दैट केस यू मे कंसिडर द opportunity cost if it is relevant to your decision. When you have, the thing is, when you have complete information on two mutually exclusive alternatives, just consider the mutually exclusive information. कितना आता है? 2910 बराबर. ठीक है, चलो ग्रेट. सो क्या कंक्लूजन बनता है? बेटर टू परचेज द एसेट. ओके, नाउ फ्यू नोट्स वी हैव टू राइट. ठीक है, सो फर्स्टली फर्स्ट नोट लिखो फॉर डिस्काउंट फैक्टर. नोट 1, डिस्काउंट फैक्टर. So write down KD is equal to R1 minus tax KD is equal to R1 minus tax. So R is 16%, tax rate is 50%. So आपका जो KD है that is 8%, and there is no other capital, so you will discount with 8% only. ठीक है. We write one more note for the non-relevant cost. So और एक note लिखो, note 2, annual operating cost and startup and training cost. Annual operating cost and startup and training cost. उसके नीचे लिखो these costs will be incurred under both the alternatives and therefore we consider it as non-relevant costs. For our decision. Okay, और कंक्लूजन लिखो. Based on the NPV/PVCO, we can conclude that it is better to purchase the asset. It is better to purchase the asset. ठीक है, चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. So purchase asset by taking bank loan of 1 lakh repayable in 5-year end installments at interest rate of 15%. Okay, 5-year end installments, are they saying principal and interest? No. So it is principal alag, interest alag. So principal will be repaid in 5 equal annual installments of 20,000 each year. Second alternative is to lease in the asset at yearly rentals of 320 per rupees 1000. So 1000 rupees of asset value के लिए 320 है. So 1 lakh के asset value के लिए rent will be 32,000. Okay. So 32,000 का rent है for 5 years. ठीक है. Following additional information is available. Rate of depreciation of the asset is 15% WDV. Company has effective tax rate of 50%. Discounting rate 16% लेना है. Which is more favorable? Now very important last line देखो. Restrict calculation over a period of 10 years. Okay. So 10 years के लिए calculation करना है. In which case? Lease is for 5 years. So when you purchase, okay, now when you purchase, you have to do the calculation for 10 years. अभी उसमें भी देखो, जो loan है, repayable in 5 years. So repayment of principal, repayment of interest will be only for 5 years. So 10 years के लिए करना क्या है? Basically tax saving on depreciation will be there for 10 years. So जो relevant cash flows है when we purchase the asset, okay, they will be repayment of principal, interest net of tax, and third is tax saving on depreciation. So principal repayment, interest net of tax will be for 5 years, but tax saving on depreciation will go on for 10 years. So 10 years के लिए वो calculate करेंगे, ठीक है? We'll calculate what is the present value of cash outflow. Next we'll go to the rent. Rent वाला बहुत easy है, 32,000. It's an annuity, so you can just multiply. We can calculate what's the present value of that rent. Now another thing that you have to note over here is that if you see alternative 1 and alternative 2, you have a life disparity. Alternative 1 you're considering over 10 years and alternative 2 you're considering only for a period of 5 years. So you have a life disparity. जब भी life disparity होता है, what do? We divide it by the present value annuity factor. Okay. So life disparity है. So we end में we calculate PVCO. We divide it by the PVAF to arrive at what is the equated annual cost, EAC. Okay. And we will compare the equated annual cost. रेंट का तो सिंपल है, इक्वेटेड एनुअल कॉस्ट 32,000 ही आएगा. ओके, रेंट का तो सिंपल है, इक्वेटेड एनुअल कॉस्ट विल बी 32,000 ओनली. वी नीड टू चेक फॉर द परचेस ऑप्शन. ओके, चलो. सो यहाँ पे इजी है, इट्स गोइंग टू बी लेंथी, इट टेक्स टाइम. सो वील ट्राई एंड डू इट एज क्विकली एज पॉसिबल. राइट डाउन ऑल्टरनेटिव 1, परचेस द एसेट. टेबल यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर नाउ फॉर 10 years. ठीक है. सो क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, alternative 1, purchase the asset, here cash flow discount factor is given 16% and discounted cash flow. Okay, here will be 1 2 10 साल. ओके इसके नीचे प्रिपेयर वर्किंग नोट 1. No, they have directly given discount rate, no? Employees discounting rate of 16%. They have not given that this is the interest rate. They have given this is the discounting rate. So we discount at that rate. Working note 1. Calculation of relevant cash flows. Okay, again here principal repayment, फिर क्या है इंटरेस्ट नेट ऑफ टैक्स, and tax saving on depreciation. This will give you total. Chalo, year 1 principal repayment is so over 5 years same amount 20,000. इंटरेस्ट रेट कितना है 15%. सो फर्स्ट ईयर के लिए इंटरेस्ट कितना होगा 1 लाख पे 15% इज 15,000. टैक्स रेट इज 50%. सो इंटरेस्ट आफ्टर टैक्स विल बी 7,500. डेप्रिसिएशन बाद में करेंगे, साथ में करेंगे, ठीक है. पहले ये दोनों कर लेते हैं. प्रिंसिपल रीपेमेंट लिख लो, एवरी ईयर इट विल बी सेम. सेकेंड ईयर के लिए इंटरेस्ट 80,000 पे 15%. एक्चुअली यू कैन डायरेक्टली कैलकुलेट 7.5%. 15% इंटरेस्ट रेट है, टैक्स रेट 50%. सो डायरेक्टली 7.5% कैलकुलेट करो. Okay, but tax saving on depreciation will go on for 10 years. So tax saving on depreciation कितना है? Depreciation दिया है WDV 15%. Okay, they have given depreciation rate WDV 15%. So we'll have to calculate depreciation for each year और उस पे 50% लेना पड़ेगा. Now again 15% WDV, tax rate is 50%. So you can take rate as 7.5%. But don't do that. Why not? क्योंकि आपका नेक्स्ट ईयर का WDV गलत आएगा, ठीक है. सो यू विल हैव टू टेक एट 15% एंड देन कैलकुलेट द टैक्स. सो फाइनल में छोटी छोटी चीज़ें होती है, बट वी हैव टू बी केयरफुल. ठीक है. क्या है, वी हैव टू बैलेंस स्पीड एंड एक्यूरेसी. ओके, सो स्पीड इज इम्पोर्टेंट, बट वो फास्ट करने के चक्कर में हम कुछ ऐसा सिली मिस्टेक कर देते हैं. इट इज बेटर फॉर यू इफ यू प्रिपेयर अ टेबल, क्योंकि आपको 10 साल करना है. सो एवरी ईयर का WDV कैलकुलेट करना ओरली विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट. यू विल हैव टू राइट इट. एटलीस्ट हर साल का डेप्रिसिएशन अमाउंट्स आपको लिखना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. और यू कैन प्रिपेयर वन मोर टेबल फॉर opening WDV, depreciation, closing WDV. That will make it faster. And you can then give another column for tax saving on depreciation. Okay. Either ways, you have to get these figures right. Yes, that is one more way of doing it. Yeah. और एक easy method है. 7,500 आया सेकेंड ईयर 6375. Reduce it by 15% every year. 15% WDV है ना. Reduce it by 15% every year. You'll get the figure. That's the fastest way, I think. So 4606. Three three 28 ना. टू जीरो. ठीक है, चलो टोटल करो, ऐड करो. NPV कितना आता है बताओ मुझे. फ्रॉम ईयर 6 टू ईयर 10 यू विल हैव अ इनफ्लो. फर्स्ट 5 years के लिए आउटफ्लो है. नेक्स्ट 5 years के लिए इनफ्लो है. 58,553. ठीक है, चलो गो टू द लीज ऑप्शन. लीज वाले ऑप्शन में 32,000 का लीज रेंट है. ठीक है. सो राइट ऑल्टरनेटिव टू. Alternative 2 is lease. 32,000 rent है, but that is before tax. After tax it will be 16,000. So your PVCO or NPV will be equal to 16,000 into PVAF at 16% for 5 years. So PVF calculate करो at 16% for 5 years. 3.2743. ओके, सो कितना आता है. 52. 389. 52 389. ठीक है. But can we conclude based on this? Answer is no, because you have a life disparity. Okay, so we need to solve for the life disparity. So we need to calculate what is the equated annual cost for option 1 or alternative 1 will be equal to, we divided by the PVAF, present value annuity factor. ठीक है. So first case में 58,553, you divide this by the PVF at 16% for 10 years. PVF कितना है बताओ? So this is equal to 12,115, and equated annual cost for option 2 is equal to 16,000. So which one is better? The first option. ठीक है. So you can conclude based on EAC, based on equated annual cost, we can conclude that option alternative 1 is better. ठीक है. So this is one type of question in lease, okay, which is they will give you an asset and the leasing option. आपको decide करना है which is the better alternative. Lease में there is one more type of question, one more concept that we have to do, which is break even lease rental. Okay, break even lease rental. Now break even lease rental we can calculate from the perspective of the lessor as well as from the perspective of the lessee. Now let's see what this is, break even lease rental. So break even lease rental from the perspective of lessor पहले देखते हैं. Lessor मतलब कौन? जो asset खरीदता है. Lessor मतलब the one who's purchasing the asset and giving the asset on rent. He is the lessor. Okay, lessor के लिए we want to calculate what is the break even lease rental, मतलब what is that amount of lease rental or what is that minimum lease rental at which he will be able to earn his required rate of return. Lessor के लिए what is the minimum lease rental that he needs to charge in order to earn his required rate of return. So how will we get this? जो lessor है उसके लिए कुछ investment होगा, PVCO होगा basically. He will have some investment that he will make. We will have to calculate a certain PVCO. Then what we need is, we need amount of lease rental such that, okay, PVCI is equal to PVCO at that required rate of return. So now in this case, the required rate of return will be given to you. So PVCI, present value of cash inflow, we can calculate. Generally यहाँ पे ऐसा होता है, it may be annuity, it may not be annuity, but that figure basically will be calculated as the amount of the lease rent, ठीक है, 1 minus tax, because we need to reduce the tax, into the discount factor or the PVF is equal to your investment or the PVCO. Okay, so we will have to prepare a equation basically, taking lease rent as x, we'll solve and we'll find out कि अगर lessor को let's say 15% या 16% या 20% whatever required rate of return कमाना है, what is the lease rent that he will have to charge. ठीक है, तो ये हो गया from the perspective of the lessor. Same thing we can calculate also from the perspective of the lessee. But how? Why will we calculate from the perspective of the lessee? So lessee के case में what lessee will want is what is the maximum lease rental that he should pay. Okay, because so why he wants that? Why will lessee want maximum lease rental is because if he purchases the asset, he will have a PVCO. So maximum कितना मैं पे करूं so that lease is better. क्योंकि उससे ज्यादा अगर लीज रेंट पे करना है तो आई माइट एज वेल बाय द एसेट. इट मे मेक सेंस फॉर द लेसी, द वन हु रिक्वायर्स द एसेट, टू परचेज द एसेट हिमसेल्फ. So what lessee wants is what is the maximum lease rental. Okay, and he will compare that maximum break even lease rental to actual whatever the lease rental is. Okay, if actual is more than the maximum, then he might as well purchase the asset. If it is less, then it makes sense to go with the lease. So lessor को क्या चाहिए? Minimum lease rental. Lessee को क्या चाहिए? Maximum lease rental, at which he is break even, because beyond that he might as well buy the asset. Okay, so let's write this down. फिर question next time करेंगे. So लिखो first from the perspective of lessor. Lessor को underline करो. From the perspective of the lessor, brackets में लिखो if you are still not clear about lessor and lessee, owner of the asset. So explanation लिखो. It is that amount of lease rent. It is that amount of lease rent at which lessor will be able to earn the required rate of return. To earn the required rate of return. Full stop. Lessor would want to calculate the minimum lease rental that he should charge the lessee. Minimum lease rental that he should charge the lessee. ठीक है, लाइन छोड़ के लिखो. From the perspective of lessee. ऐसे लिखो. Lessee would want to calculate the maximum lease rental full stop though. If actual lease rent is lower than break even lease rent, comma, leasing is preferable. leasing is preferable. Full stop. If actual lease rent, if actual lease rent is greater than break even lease rent, is greater than break even lease rent, comma, lessee might as well purchase the asset. Lessee might as well purchase the asset. Hmm. 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 नहीं, so see what he, so how will the lessee think? The lessee will think कि अगर मैं asset purchase करता हूँ, okay, तो उसमें मेरा PVCO कितना है, ठीक है, compared to that he will compare that to his, let's say, lease rent, and he will try to find out an amount for the lease rent which is maximum, कि ये अगर इतना मैक्सिमम लीज रेंट रहेगा तो मैं आई माइट एज वेल परचेज द एसेट because that is equivalent to my PVCO. Okay, that is how the lessee will think. Formula will be same only. PVCI will be equal to PVCO. It's just the perspective will be different. Formula will be same only. It's that amount of lease rent at which PVCI is equal to PVCO. It's just that ये मैंने क्यों explain किया ना, is because sometimes what happens is that institute conceptually question पूछता है, same scenario देता है, lesser lessee, नीचे बोलेगा what is the maximum that lesser should charge, और sorry what is the minimum that lesser should charge, और फिर नीचे देगा what is the maximum that lessee should accept. ऐसे. So when they give minimum maximum ना, if you are not clear on the concept and how to think about it from the two perspectives, तो फिर blank हो जाता है, फिर वो समझ में ही नहीं आता कि करना क्या है फिर वो सिचुएशन में. So that's why I have given you this कि perspective अलग है, formula the way you do it is the same. So it's just two different ways of doing the same thing from two different perspectives. हाँ क्यों? हाँ of course for someone, so in the transaction someone will be at a disadvantage. Of course, if you are doing the same calculation with the same number, someone will be at a disadvantage.